A few moments later.
All right, everybody. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Indoor Farmer Guys, number 84 tonight. Very exciting. It is 5/8/2023, you guys. It's 8:30 on a Monday night. A whole new week of opportunities. We got a whole bunch of stuff in store for you today. We got an awesome artist coming tonight for our intermission. We're a little bit late tonight. I had some technical issues, so I do apologize. All the power went out, had to reboot everything, internet, all that. Luckily it came back though, so we're going to put on a good show for you tonight. And as always, we have our friend Sir Stevo here in the co-pilot's chair here. What's up, Stevo? How you doing tonight, bro?
Doing great. Number 84, you say,
84.
huh?
I feel
All right.
old when I say that, right? I feel kind of old when I say that, but it's
Pretty
good.
exciting.
Like, I can't imagine that number 100, like 100. I don't know what we're going to do. Might have to do something special on that one.
Yeah, Jimmy.
So how are you doing? It's Monday. How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. I had a productive week getting the seedlings going that you'll see on the certified segment, and
Awesome.
harvesting my mushroom bag tonight as well.
Oh, so we already got some interest on that 100th episode. So yeah, we'll get into that. I'm just the first time thinking about it, so we'll talk about that later. But yeah,
Yeah.
we're definitely interested in that certified segment tonight, brother. So guys, I just want to let you know right now. Oh, connection lost right in the middle of the video. So it's been a heck of a time trying to get some of this. The internet over here, I guess maybe the storms or what has knocked some things down. I'm not 100% sure what's happening, because just trying to transfer files has been a heck of a task. Try it one more time.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had a bunch of good stuff to put in the video this time, but it doesn't help me if I can't do it. So We're going to give it a try again. Anyway.
Yeah,
So
man.
in the meantime, though, I'm going to play a little reel that I made, which is pretty relevant to tonight's segment. And then after that, we'll do our intermission with our friend Jonathan Wallace in the house. You guys definitely want to hang out for that. And let's see.
Hi, Maui. What's up, Jimmy?
Guys, if you could share us out, tag as many people as you can. Um, it, See, here we go. I already have to log back in. I actually got booted from Facebook again for my own protection, you guys. Unusual activity. Me sharing a live stream is unusual activity. I almost forgot to be angry, but I'm not angry. I just I'm pretty fed up with Facebook, you guys. I am pretty fed up. It's not conducive to any of my growth. I'm not gonna spend all that extra time, that they want you to spend just worrying about it and tiptoeing on eggshells. Like I literally went into the event that I just made earlier, right?
Right.
And I started inviting people. I started inviting people and got booted again. We weren't even live. Like I'm afraid to tag people. I'm afraid to share. That's why I'm like trying to offer money to maybe get your guys' help. You guys in the comments. You guys, I love you guys for coming by. I love you guys for hanging out. Please hit the reactions. Got 4 reactions. Let's try to share it out. Like normally I'd have a lot more people in at this point because I can share it out to 100 different groups, but I can't do that anymore. It's just not worth it. I mean, I'm going to try to share it out to myself at least here in a moment. I'm still waiting for a video to download. I can't get in on my other phone because it's locked out, and I have to pull up my. Well, I guess I have it here.
Oh, wow.
So it's just becoming really ridiculous, you guys. I mean, it's not like cannabis is my um, main focus. It's not like that is my main goal, or I'm not trying
Hmm.
to advertise it. I'm not trying to sell it. I don't even say that it's for everybody.
Yeah.
The point is that I don't think that's the problem. I just think Facebook really, really, really wants you to pay to be seen, and it's just not going to work out for me because of the cannabis on that end. So
Yeah.
if I start paying them, then boom, it's just it doesn't make sense. So it's very frustrating. I'm getting annoyed because I know there's a lot of people out here that like the message, that want to hear us, want to see us succeed, but they just can't see us.
Hmm.
Just can't see us. It's very frustrating. We want to showcase awesome artists. We want to showcase, all these different things on all the shows, but it's becoming more and more difficult.
Hmm.
Although now I'm on the Rumble, right? But the Rumble is a little bit difficult as well. We got Dan live right now. Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay. See,
Hey, Joe.
now I can get in on my phone and I can maybe start tagging people. Jeez.
Sorry to hear that, Maui.
Discussions.
Thanks for tagging people, too. Appreciate that. Hi, Elisa.
What's going on with Maui? Sorry, guys, I'm not able to see all the comments at the moment.
Oh, her daughter sprained her ankle. She's letting
Oh
us.
no, you said I saw she said she fell. I hadn't seen more than that.
Mm, sorry to hear that. Got Elisa May in the house, too.
Share it out, guys. Tag people in if you can. I really want to fight against this algorithm. I think we can do it as a group, as a team. You guys don't seem to get as many bans and blocks as I do because I'm the creator. I'm the one trying to get myself out there, and so Facebook is targeting those people who are wanting to get the reach. Right? They're not targeting you guys for sharing people out, although that does happen as well, right? Anyway. Give me a second here. I want to try and tag our musical guest if I can make that work because it doesn't work half the time either. Oh, boom, there he is. Awesome.
The embedded StreamYard code. Hobbies is suggesting it's best to stream it through website through the embedded StreamYard code, but then you still need to join viewers. I think that's what we do. Is you use the code now, right?
I think what he means is not on Facebook, streaming it through StreamYard itself or through my own website. And again, eventually that's the goal. I mean, don't
Yeah,
get
it
me
is.
wrong.
Mhm.
But at the same time, Facebook is where a lot of fans and friends are, and Facebook is the best way to get seen, even though it's still very bad. like Rumble was working out well, but I actually switched to a different category, and now there's less people popping through there, but there's also less angry people seeing my podcast in the viral category.
Hey, Valerie, thanks for the tags. Appreciate it.
Valerie, thank you very much. I don't know if you know this, but you won last night, and I already wrote. You won 5 spots in the giveaway.
Oh, really? For Jimmy?
Yeah,
All
yeah. So I
right.
uh, I wrote. I already wrote that down. She's already purchased some as well too. All right, here's the video
That's
I
my
wanted to
girl.
play. Not the video I'm trying to make, but the video I wanted to play. This is kind of annoying that it doesn't. There's no like bar to move back the reel. Just have to do like this. Okay, there we go. All right. Gonna share that in, guys. We'll get to our musical guests a little sooner tonight, and I'll probably let Steve-O do the Steve-O segment, and then we'll get to that video. Hopefully, it'll be uploaded by that time. So here we go.
Cool.
Share the reel in. I like this reel because I thought it was pretty genuine. I'll show you guys.
It's a good one.
What's up, everybody? Waylon, the indoor farmer here. Just want to show you guys a little something going on here with my mushrooms from Great River Mushrooms. It's a place out of Quincy, Illinois, guys, but he's working hard to be it. He's shipping anywhere almost. So check these babies out. This is an oyster mushroom. I think it's just regular oysters because it's covered up now. I can't see it, but you can kind of see his logo. I see that logo, right? So we're going to take this flesh off. Clean hands. Let's see how we do it.
Look at his face. Oh, when I pull it off, watch my face when I pull it off.
Oh.
He says,
That, everybody.
that's brisk, baby.
That's
Yeah,
genuine right there.
gourmet
That wasn't
mushrooms.
scripted.
Cut a little bit of the food off of the back there. And then this bad boy is going to flush again. It's going to make more mushrooms. One, maybe 2 more times. Check them out, you guys. Great River Mushrooms. Peace.
This part's kind of cool. I only got a few seconds of this, but it's peeling apart. It's a kind of a satisfying feeling. All right.
Nice.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah, so I have a bunch of footage along the same themes for the before the first flush, the harvesting, and the new flush that's coming now, and so we'll be playing that a little bit later. I'm a little frustrated, if you allow the pun, but once we get that uploaded, it'll be all good. So we'll watch that later. It's not a bad thing to have extra content, right? So it's about 5 minutes till. I usually try to get to that 9 o'clock mark. What else can we do? A little bit of housekeeping. Tomorrow actually have a good show for the event I went to over the weekend. So you guys are going to want to check that out. A lot of awesome vendors. And let me think, what else?
We're going to be reviewing some more cannabis.
Yeah, I do. I just cracked into the GMO that I have, so I've been trying that. Oh yeah, the other thing, we did give away the cup bong, you guys. We did give away the Indoor Farmer cup bong. It's going to our awesome friend Ash over there at Grow Fam. I'd love to share it to Grow Fam, but I feel like I can't share it anywhere. I shared it to my own profile. It's the only thing I feel I should be able to do. But anyway, he won. He doesn't actually smoke flower. So we're talking about doing something else with this. So keep that in mind as we move forward, guys. We'll be talking about maybe a different special giveaway for that. Let's see how that goes. All right, where are we at? It's about halfway. It's a 7-minute video, and it's taking like, triple the time. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, my internet seems okay otherwise. Guys, share us out, tag us out, please, and thank you, because Facebook's not allowing it, and I kind of have to rely on you guys. Here, I can even.
Yeah, come on, Certified Army.
Yeah,
Let's
because
get this going.
I want to get a bunch of people in here, at least for our musical guest guys, because that's what we're offering. That's what we're here to give, that we can give at this point anyway. We all feel a connection to music. Music has been around since the beginning of time, the beginning of man, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why not try to promote that? Try to promote artists like our friend here. And I want to get as many people in here to see him as possible.
That's right.
So I'm gonna tag my heart out here.
Not too many. Don't make them boot us.
Well, the tags are different. The tags won't boot me.
Okay.
It might not let me tag anyone for a little bit, but it's just, anyway.
All right. I shared to looks like 32 groups from my last count.
Awesome.
I usually don't go over the 35 because somebody told me that 35 was roughly the limit where they'd start screwing with you. So
Really?
Yeah, that's just what someone said. So I don't know if it's true.
There's got to be some arbitrary number that they pick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm trying to share out a little bit more before we pull him up here, because I'd love to have a nice audience here to hang out and watch him for at least a few minutes. You guys, come on, let's tag him in. Musical guest Jonathan Wallace, guys. Bean, I tagged Bean. We want to get Bean in here because I know he's been into the country music. You guys. Hi, Kasia. Kasia, share us out, tag us out, share us to your profile, share us to the news feed on your profile rather than to a bunch of groups, because that seems to be what's getting people hit. Sweet Jesus, did it pause? I don't think so. Do I seem paused?
No.
Okay, let's, too many technical issues. I don't want to have any more problems. Let's see. Who else can I tag?
Yeah, thanks for coming through, everybody. We got looks like 9 people in the house right now on Facebook. Let me check my Rumble here. We'll see what's going on, guys. We've got a ton of eyes on right now, but we need you to tag for us. I got 11 watching on my Rumble.
Share us out.
Share
We're about
it.
to pull up our guest here. We want him to have a nice fat audience. What's up, Cody Meyer? Cody Meyer is a well, he's a beats master. I don't know if you call it. He's still a musician, right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
It'd be cool to get him up to do some live. That'd be interesting. We'll talk to Cody about that some time. But guys, yeah, tag in your musician friends. This is going to be our segment, our intermission, our little intermission segment for musicians to push what they have to offer. Yeah, guys, get them in here. All right. So we got 11 people. Imo, what's up? We got a bunch of friends in here. I don't know what's going on with Rumble. My phone is still downloading a video, so I'm gonna let that happen. Let's pull up our guest, guys, and let's get them in. And a warm welcome. I want to see some hearts in the comments. I want to see at least a few follows go up on his list. Without further ado, Steve-O and I. Actually, we'll just pull him up on the screen, and then you and I will go in the backstage after that. So,
okay.
Jonathan Wallace, everybody.
Hey,
Jonathan. Good
All
evening,
right,
brother.
See you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for coming, man. I know tonight's been a little weird. I'm glad my power is on, but first world problems, right? So we are here, and we're gonna make this happen. I'm glad you showed, because I really want this segment to work out, man. I think music is such a connection to everybody. I'm not a musician, and I don't even have like a whole bunch of songs that are like my favorites, but music is still super important to even me and to everybody. You know, the mood changing, mood altering. It can bring you up, bring you down, every different direction, right? So without
Universal language.
exactly. What's up, Terry, guys? 13 people in the house. Hit those reactions and hit those shares, guys. Listen, I got booted from Facebook just by trying to invite people to this event. Please help me out. Please share it out and tag your friends. Share it to your news feed. That's really the best way to go. Steve-O and I are going to go in the backstage here, give Jonathan the floor. Jonathan, anything you want to do, man, anything you want to do, a few minutes, however long you want, the floor is yours, all right?
Okay, great.
Guys, let's see. Let's throw some hearts in the comments for Jonathan. All right, we're out of here.
All right, thank you, guys. We'll take it from here. So I'm going to do a couple originals for you guys. I'm in Fort Worth, Texas. I play lots of shows around here, but I haven't released any stuff yet. I'm about to release some stuff, so hopefully you'll like this. Sometimes you're on the inside. All your hair blowing out the OG top like a feeling of the sun. Then I realized you left me. It's been like 10 years since the last time I spoke about time with you. You got your life, baby, I got mine. Living in different places can turn back time. That's alright. This can't fly moving. All the flames dancing in my head. Smell the smoke, taste the light, yes, we were free, nowhere to be without you. Where the time goes, what will we become? Never forget back then where we were from, where we come from. Sometimes you're right there beside me. All your head blowing out the old G top I can see on every side. All right. This next one I'm going to do, it's kind of a co-write with somebody else. This guy's name is. Thank you.
Very good. Sorry, I didn't mean to come up here.
No, you're good, brother.
Keep
You're
going.
good. This next one I'm going to do was a co-write with another artist. His name is Paul Alford. Y'all check him out as well. He's actually out in Cali right now, but he's from here in Fort Worth. And this was called "Just Left Memphis." Just live Texas. Oh, brown tree. It will never see. It ain't things wrong around here. Can't say I love you. Look at me, really, only long lost never knew these streets here could be so without you in my brain. And I'm just now able to see the way that you see me, baby. So we need go together, together, baby, together we can change. Just left Memphis, stop by. Right. Thank y'all.
Awesome, man. Very good.
Thank
That
you
was
guys.
cool. You said that was a friend's original piece?
Yeah, it's like a co-write, kind of do it together.
Oh, cool.
He has a band out in Cali. I don't remember what they call it. The Healing, maybe. I don't remember what they call it.
That's okay.
But Paul Alford is his name. You should check him out.
Yeah, I mean, as I always do, is I try. What's that?
Yeah.
I try to offer like anybody that you know that maybe also wants the exposure for sure. I mean, and as we get this thing rolling and as the show gets bigger, we're gonna have more to offer, obviously. But those of you like yourself, that you're like number 4, I think. I really appreciate it because I think maybe you see that vision as well. It's not all about the dollars; it's about pushing what's important to people, and that therefore you'll get yours in the end, right? Because your passion will shine through about the
That's
music.
right.
It's not just about, hey, what can I get? So
Yeah, in fact, making it about the money generally ruins it, right?
yeah, no, I agree.
With any art form, really.
All right,
So those were original songs, everybody. Don't forget, written and composed by this gentleman. And I want to say I was impressed, man. Your guitar playing, that's the way a harmonica is played. It sounded really
like that.
yeah.
I just added that in about a year ago. I had a girl over and we were eating dinner and I was just kind of jamming and she was like, "Were you just playing harmonica?" And like I play all over town, all over Dallas Fort Worth, and all over Texas really. But and I was like, "Yeah," and she's like, "Why are you doing that?" I'm like, I'm not ready for that." She's like, "That's baloney. You need to do that." Sounds good.
I was impressed. You did a really good job. I know Valerie's sitting here clapping all over. She's from Texas.
Well, thank you, Valerie. Where are you from, Valerie?
She's in San Antonio.
Oh, okay. It's about
Area.
4 hours from me.
The area anyway. But yeah, that's great, man. You did a great job. We appreciate it. And
I have a friend that's down there in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and he's been on the show as well. He was, I think, our second guest, musical wise. He doesn't compose. He goes. He has a job. I think he works as an engineer somewhere, but he goes to do open mic nights, and he just kind of plays the circuit.
Yeah, I
he
do
just
that
loves
too.
to play.
Most of the stuff I do are 3 or 4 hour sets of just covers, and working open mic nights. It's great networking.
Oh, for sure, and probably in a lot of ways, right?
And it's a blast. I mean, they're gonna pay me to do what I love to do, and give me free drinks too. Heck yeah, I'll do that.
For sure.
It must be rough. I mean, although I'm sure there are times where you're sick or something like that, or the voice isn't where you want it, or your fingers are whittled down to the bone. But I do. Go ahead. Sorry.
Which is another great reason for everybody to go open mic nights if they're going to do it, because you always got a buddy to throw that off to, or you're always the buddy that's going to get it thrown off.
Oh, I see. That makes sense. Yeah.
But that's
that spot,
right, man.
So again, I want to point out the whole reason for this. I want to we're turning this show into sort of the late night for sustainability, right? Late night talk show. We want humor. We're an entertainment show because we're using that entertainment angle to push something that I think is important to people, which is sustainability and ways to survive. Now the music comes in, I mean, wholeheartedly in the entertainment side, but also in the sustainability side. I mean, our souls, ourselves, our sustainable, our emotions, and music helps with all that stuff. And so we make that little intermission there for musicians, you guys, and I appreciate everybody's hearts and comments and clapping. I appreciate that, everybody. And definitely think about anybody else that you might want to send our way, brother. I appreciate you.
I will.
We'll be hitting up people to come back too at some point, and you'll see a big difference at that point.
Waylon, did Steve say you're an Army guy?
I was in the Army, yeah.
I'm a Navy man myself, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I did.
Service.
Yeah, thanks, brother. I did a lot of cross branch different things, like overseas, like where we worked with different groups and stuff. So it was all good. But I don't want to hold you up, but you are actually welcome to hang out as long as you want. I'll always leave that open to anybody. Well, we're going to be moving into that certified segment here in a second. And I'm actually, believe it or not, downloading the video that I'll be playing, so it's actually working. Eventually it'll get done. Thanks, guys, for stopping in. Please hit that reaction button, hit that share button. Go check out our friend Jonathan Wallace here. We should probably see if we can tag him in the comments. Do you have a page, or is this just your profile that you're working from?
My Facebook music page is Jonathan Lee Wallace, and my Insta is Jonathan Wallace Music, but there's periods in between. Jonathan period Wallace period music period, or period music. You get it.
Wherever you want the most people to go, that's where I like to.
Yeah, probably the Facebook music page right for now.
Okay, it's this one here, guys. I got it. The second one that I just put in, Jonathan Lee Wallace. There we go. See if I can pin it. Got it pinned. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, if you're in the Texas area, go check them out for sure. I mean, do you ever get out of Texas?
Not a lot yet, but I will eventually.
Kind of feel like it's going to be something that people in Texas want to do less and less. is leave.
Yeah. I mean, man, it's so nice here. If you can stand the heat in the summer.
Right. And I actually looked at that in that area, Dallas-Fort Worth area, kind of in between there, somewhere in between, not in the main cities, but kind of close to them. In that way, that's where I was thinking about moving a while back. But let's not hold up Steve-O here. We got his video in the backstage. So you can go ahead, Steve-O. Let's hear it. I plan on making a really cool intro for you. I'm enlisting some help. So we're going to set something up. But guys, this is the certified segment, guys.
All right. Well, first what I'm going to do is quickly, I'm going to show you guys my Great River mushroom bag. And
wow.
Yeah, remember I was worried it wasn't going to grow.
Yeah, you better chop those before they start sporing out on you.
Well, the one part of it actually did start. It looked like this morning this was perfect, and in just a matter of hours, So I'm going to cut these. Actually, I'm going to try and just pop. What do you call this again? The
flush.
The flush. Okay.
Mm-hmm. That is the flush of the oysters. Those are blue oysters.
Yes, blue oysters.
Popping it. Isn't that a satisfying feeling? I saw your face. I saw his face, you guys. Oh, the eyes light up.
So what do you guys think? That's what she said.
Those are huge.
Those are awesome.
These are edible mushrooms. These are food, guys. Nothing fancy about these in that way. But you know what I was wondering, Waylon? I wonder if I cut both sides of the bag. The back side, too.
Too much air.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, you want it to only have only one place to exit, because that's where it's going to concentrate and produce. Because the mushrooms are producing carbon dioxide in that bag, and they need an outlet. That's what that hole is for. Dan says looks awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. I appreciate the bag. Great River Mushrooms, guys. That's where you can get yours.
Now you can close it. Now you can take that air out and then flip it if you want. Yeah,
that's right.
And you might want to take some RO water and kind of spray it down a little bit just around the hole. That's what I did, and I'm gonna do that again now that it's flushing again.
There we go. Perfect. And then I'm gonna go ahead after the show. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cut the one side of the bag, and now we should see another nice. That was probably a pound of mushrooms, I bet. Pound and a half.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yep.
Yeah.
It's going to produce 2 to 3 pounds of mushrooms, is what Dan, I think, is what he says. Dan's in the comments now. Dan, if you want to come up, you're welcome, bro. Most of this episode, we're talking about mushrooms anyway.
Yeah. And the rest of the certified segment, what I've got is a week of watching seedlings. I went and checked in on them pretty much every day. And I'm going to show you what I got going on here. Let me get this up on the screen. There we go. And that'll work. Okay, so this is what we got setting up here. Where I have to go find it. It's behind my window. Sorry, guys. All right. All right, start her up here. And let me turn off the sound. Okay. So basically, I go in every day and I check, to see where the ceilings are. There's not really much to do except for maybe rearrange them a little bit and make sure that the water's good.
How are you watering them? Are you spraying anything? Are you misting it, or are you just kind of pouring some water in there and they soak it up?
I pour the water in. In fact, I think you see me do it here later on. But because I made a mistake, I actually let it go a little too dry. The cubes were still wet, which was good, but I lost my humidity for a day. But they were all at this point, all 7 of the triple homicide from Mike Hood Genetics. They were all going well.
Awesome.
Let me see
Hi,
here.
Noel or Noella.
Don't want to speed it up too much, but
17 people, guys. This is the certified segment. Let's see some hearts in the comments for our friend Sir
yeah.
Steve-O.
Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate it. And here we are. This is what you call dry cell. Oh, I already put some water in. Oh no, it's starting to dry out on me.
Dry, yeah.
The cubes were wet, which is the main thing, But
Right.
a couple of these cat hair. A couple of these were having a hard time going. If you notice, you see right here. Let me pause this. Let me back that up just a hair. Oh, I went too far. But anyway, there we go. Now I got it. You'll see that the tallest one, the roots are already starting to come out of the cube, and it's going to town. It'll show you here again in a second. That one, you can see it coming out of the side right there. So that one is definitely rooting well. From what I can tell, we'll notice by the end of the video, I've got 4 strong ones, and I have 3 I don't think are going to make it, regardless of whether they continue to grow or not. They're just going to be too. I can already tell they're runts, exactly.
Rumpy.
Yeah. Now these are going to go outdoors. I'm going to plant them in soil, and I'm going to let them run the whole summer, all the way until they naturally flower on their own. Unless the weather gets real bad, then I'll finish flowering them inside. But I always kind of plan ahead. So there we go. I have the water cooler that I talk about is in this room. So I use the RO water out of the water cooler until I need more water when they're bigger, of course, and then I get it from the sink for the RO system. But yeah, pretty much. I believe this was Tuesday. I believe that. Yeah, this was Tuesday's video. Yeah. Go ahead and fast forward to this a little bit. It's just basically you're going to see me doing the same thing every day. Nothing special.
That's why I speed up some of mine now, since it's kind of.
Here we go. And you can see the difference in the humidity, of course.
That's an interesting tray there. So each tray has a big hole in the center.
Yeah, that's 2 trays.
Feed. I see.
Yeah, it's like a the squares. That's all one like tray, and you set it down in there.
Got a question here in the comments from Hobbies. Where are you at in the Midwest? Do you almost have to shade start them in July? I don't think he's going to be growing these ones outside. But do you do any outside?
These are going outdoors. Yeah,
they are. Okay.
Yeah,
that part.
I believe within the next week it would be completely safe to plant outside. I only worry about a frost, and if it's going to frost one night or something, I'll bring them in the garage.
I think we're beyond the frost, but at
yeah.
this point.
But that's the only thing I worry about. After that, I put them out, guys. I got a little bit of a late start this year because of the event on 420. So I didn't start these until I got back, or they'd already be outside right now.
Terry wants to know if you're putting them in the cubes and then they sprout, or were you sprouting them some other way? I think
I actually sprouted them with the paper towel method. After soaking them for about 24 to 48 hours, for 24 to 48 hours or so, I put them in the paper towel. And then once they grow their tails, then they're ready to go into the rock wool, just like if you were to go into the soil with them. I like starting them in rock wool because I can decide which plants go into the hydroponics and which go into soil. And either way, without breaking the rock wool cube apart, I can choose whichever one it goes. Now you see, this is the final video here from today. You'll notice I'm going to show you pretty well. Some are good, some are definitely runts.
Mhm.
I've got 3 of them, possibly 4 that will run. I might only run the 3 that are taller. But you look at that one right there on the bottom left, right there, right in the center now.
Looks white.
It turned white and
Was that a
crisp.
daisy?
Yeah, I think
Uh.
it was confused. But that just goes to show you, it just depends. Everything sprouted with no problem, but
What's the reason that you wouldn't keep those other 2?
just because it wouldn't be worth my grow space to grow a runt.
It's important to point that out. So for anybody out there who's new growing, trying to get into this, everything has a cost, right? The lights, the soil, all the nutrients, all of the time you spend on things. So if you were to go ahead and try to let those grow, you might end up costing yourself more in the long run. So that's
Mhm.
what Steve-O's doing here. He's trying to pick out the ones that he thinks are gonna do well, and then therefore he doesn't want to. He's not going to spend all that money on a bunch of the runts that aren't going to do well. So I think I know what you're saying. It's a good a teachable moment there for people who maybe would just try to get everyone to grow, because a lot of new growers are like, oh, it's sprouted, okay, it's time to go. I'm just gonna feed it and do everything. Like, you wouldn't think about that, because even though there's one bigger, one smaller, you may not think about it. But go ahead, Steve-O. Sorry.
No, not at all. That's a great answer and a great question. Sometimes people will go to seed banks and they'll buy seeds and they'll spend, let's say, $100 on 10 seeds. They're thinking that's a $10 seed. I'm growing it. Well, it's going to cost you more,
right,
to just grow a shitty plant and then halfway through find out it's not going to make it. And even out of these 3, if they don't root well, then they're not going in the pot.
right.
This is a test run, and I do believe those 3
They look pretty good. Yeah,
they look good at this point. So I think everything should just be fine there. And you can see the water starting to get low again. So I'm going to water that up, but it's just about done. Only about another minute. But I'm separating them right now. I got 3 yes, 2 maybes, and 2 oh hell no's. So I just figured I would just show you guys that. You see how the roots are already starting to come out of the rock cube. So nice strong roots, nice and white. I'm probably going to have those in pots by the end of the week, and they'll be outside. So I'll look forward to seeing that in your next certified segment, guys. That's what's on deck.
Awesome. Was that all for this one?
Yep. It's just
the camera's moving a lot. I popped it out of there as soon as possible.
Yeah, and then it turns dark, and then it opens up and says goodbye.
Orpheus, what's up? Tag us and share it out. Share it out, you guys. We're trying to beat that algorithm. 14 people still hanging out. Please share it and hit that reaction button if you haven't yet, because I've already been booted from my account once today just by trying to invite people to this event. So if you could help us out. And over on the Rumble, guys, I switched to that entertainment category. It seems like there's less traffic on the entertainment category. But if you can hit that Rumble button for us and get that pumped up in that algorithm and see if we can get seen a little bit better, then maybe it'll be worth our while. I was going in viral, and I was getting a lot of people, but then some people would get mad. This isn't viral. This is a 25-hour live stream. Like, okay, so where else am I supposed to go to find people, right? So appreciate any help on that. Thank you, Noella. Noella, am I saying that correct? I think I am.
Well, I think what I'm going to do is get some Prime Superior, and I'm going to use it on these plants from the get-go. To even though these are supposed to be some very good genetics that can withstand a lot of the imperfections and things of that sort. I think that I'm going to try it because I've got nothing but great reviews from you, Jimmy Mead, you name it. Everyone's telling me what a wonderful product.
Yeah, a lot of the people down in Quincy use it, and I'm going to talk about it here in a minute, actually, towards the end of this. But this is my little segment here that I finally got to finish. It took a long time, so I hope you guys appreciate it. So some of you might have seen the pictures I was posting as my flush was becoming ready to harvest. But this is kind of goes through that point when you saw the reel earlier when I was harvesting, and then afterwards. So we'll go ahead and play it. I'm gonna go grab my bag here. So this is me harvesting. So there's no like necessarily instructions on how to harvest, but if you flip it over on its back like that, and
Peel
just
'em away.
peel them off. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
Rumble. Sorry, go ahead.
Who's screwing around on Rumble?
Just like I gave them the heartfelt speech about hitting the Rumble button, and they all left,
Oh no.
except one, whoever the one person is. They're screen recording me so they can use it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Look at that. Look like giant ears.
that was an elephant ear there.
It's Mike Tyson's bowl of cereal. You ever seen that cereal? Mike Tyson cereal. It's a bunch of ears. There's I don't know if it's a real cereal, but I saw it once.
And Dan said not to even wash them, just cook them and eat them.
Well, I rinse them off because they are exposed to the air down here, and the air is flowing, and there is dust in the air and stuff. So
It ain't gonna hurt it.
I do a quick rinse, and yeah, I
They
don't
get
like.
rained on after all, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they actually stay really fresh, guys. They take a long time. Like they're not like the store bought like portobellos or something that as soon as you get them, they're already starting to mush on you and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Terry said, "Thanks, Steve. Very informative."
Yes.
Appreciate that, Terry. We're really working hard getting that certified segment up there, and that way you guys got to understand like this whole show isn't just about me. It's about people trying to learn this stuff and get into the art and the way of life that is Mother Nature a little bit. You know, I think it doesn't matter where you are in the world or where you are in life. We could all use a teeny little bit, like a step towards the direction of sustainability, no matter what step that is. Now here's the flesh after I took the first one off, as it's starting to grow again, and I have it sitting here. I'll show you what it looks like right now. Looks crazy, doesn't it? That doesn't look like you want to eat that, right? Like,
Nah.
wow, what's happening there? I don't know, but well, there's
Elm oysters.
elm oysters. Okay.
Mine were blue oysters, and they were bright blue when they were at that stage. Yep.
Thanks, Diane.
Thanks, Diane.
That's why she likes listening. So yeah, I just quick record of like my daily checking out what I got going on here, spraying the clones that are in the system. Now those clones don't have domes over them or anything. They look a little crispy at times, but they have running water inside the system, so they actually do root pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
They root, and I have a ton of fish in there now. There's like I don't even know what the number is. 30. I already saw 2 new babies. They're already making babies. That's a good sign.
What kind of fish do you have in there?
So right now it's a bunch of tropical fish. I got some rainbow snails. I got an algae eater. Here I am. I'm about to put some nutrients in. I'm going to put the full 4-bottle regimen in from the aquaponics safe stuff I have. But to answer your question, Jonathan, it's like guppies and other little tropical fish.
Very cool.
I can't remember the name of the other one I just got, but it's one that's similar to guppies as far as breeding, because I want them to breed. There's a reason for that. I'm going to have a separate tank with something carnivorous that will just help me clean that up, and then I'll have sort of a whole ecosystem going. But the stuff I'm putting in there now is called Microbe Life, and it's safe for aquaponics because, with aquaponics, that's the whole thing. That's what you're working off of is microbes and how all of that will break down the fish waste and turn it into nitrites and nitrates. All right, I can't.
Does that say homegrown on your?
It does. That comes from Tree Slinger. I don't know if we got Jimmy Meat still in the house or not, but
that's cool.
It's a good friend of Jimmy's, a friend of mine now too. I mean, I've seen him around a bunch of events now.
Hell
and
yeah.
I got that hoodie at Level Up event in Springfield, and it was free, man. I get, go to these events. Go to the events. And I tell you what, there's all kinds of swag to be had. There's all kinds of people to be met, all sorts of networking to be done. Oh, we got the speak of the mushroom, and he shall appear.
What's going
There
on?
it is.
You
What's up?
get tired of competing with us over there on your channel? I'm just kidding. I saw you doing some work in the old.
Interesting.
I was in there so long I forgot what time it was.
See, look at that. Oh man, there's so many fish. I did speed this part of the video up, so I could have. I guess I could have done a slower video there. So here's just like a bunch of all my potatoes, guys. They're all starting to look like they're about to be ready to harvest. The 2 cannabis plants, they're not looking so great either. They're looking fine, except some of the leaves have these spots on them. They're not yellow spots; they're more like white spots. It's not powdery mildew. I think it's just deficiencies in some ways because I haven't really been super hard on the nutrients with those two. They haven't been getting ton. They're just getting from the water in the fish tank. I did do 1 bucket of like nutrients mix one time for them. What were you gonna say, Steve-O?
Did you say white spots?
Small white spots, yeah.
Do they rub off? Does it rub off?
It's not powdery. No.
Well, okay, I know, but
That's what I meant. Like there's no substance to.
it sounds like magnesium to me, but I wouldn't even worry about it. You know,
I hadn't even done any CalMag up to that point until just now. You might see the plant I'm working with right now, that's closer to the camera. It has some white on the surface of the soil. That's the first time I added CalMag. So I think just a few runs where I do some more CalMag, a little bit of some of the banana tea that I made, which is just banana peels inside of some RO water. So I think it'll be all right. I don't want them to be too deficient because that'll attract bugs. So what I'm doing right now is I'm poking in the soil, guys. I forgot to break the soil up, and it looked okay. It didn't look that bad. But so as soon as I poured the water in, it just stayed. It just stayed. It didn't go anywhere. So I just went through and I poked a bunch of holes in the soil. Yeah, kind of aerated a little bit. It helped, but one of those 2 plants are the same age, but one of them takes water faster. Here's my worm bin, big old worm bin, guys. It's kind of almost too big, but I do see worms in it a lot, so I think it's working out. I'll pause it for a second. That worm bin also had spider mites, but what I did is I covered the top of it with diatomaceous earth. And some people argue that diatomaceous earth doesn't work as effectively as it used to, and a lot of insects are evolving or whatever around it. But anyway, it's still one of the best ways to kind of cover your worm bin to make sure they don't get out, because believe it or not, spider mites are attracted to the worm bin. Certain kinds anyway, at least white ones that I know of. But right here, what we see are my new trays. They're so heavy duty, you guys. They're awesome. I'm gonna turn the camera here after the video, and I'm gonna lay them out and see what I can do live here. But I might have made a mistake. So I thought that one went into the other one, because those ones in the middle have holes, and the ones on the left don't. So I don't know, and so I put them in there, and they're super tight, a tight fit. Like I don't know if there's any room in the bottom for water, like it's supposed to, like I thought it was going to be. I may have just purchased 2 different trays that are the same for the same purpose, but one of them has holes in it. I don't understand, so I got to figure that out. I'll show you. I'll pull one. I'll pull a pair over here to the camera in a minute and show you. Like it's such a tight fit that it wouldn't make sense to put them together. You know what I mean? Hobby says, can you use adult cannas in that system? Adult can seems a pretty nice space to have a few rooting well. I don't know how adult I can go. I'm actually kind of experimenting. All those little plants that you saw in the system are me just trying to. They root really well in that system, but they don't necessarily. What? Ah, I didn't mean to do that. That's okay. So this is the little space outside next to the fence where my dog likes to kill the grass and just like throw all over toys, and this is her little spot, right? But you might notice that I put a cage over something.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I know what it is.
Last year, I had 3. I had like a bunch of plants outside, like 5, and a couple of them must have dropped a few beans. You guys, it's kind of exciting. I got three little. Look at this one. Three. Like I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna. Okay. Anyway,
that looks
they're
good.
little survivor beans, guys. Look, that one's pretty good. This one's pretty good size. It's definitely been hit by some insects. They haven't gotten any prime superior, so I'm gonna hit those actually tonight or in the morning with some prime superior. But then my dog. Then I thought the dogs. Oh no, the dogs. So I put this cage over the big one because I really want that one to survive. And then that little one to the side there, I feel like they're just going to trample. I got to get something else, like a tomato cage or something. A couple of tomato cages would help.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna need it when they flower anyway.
Well, that messed up. Jeez, that video didn't come out right. I told you guys, I had some major technical issues with this tonight.
Oh, okay.
But what, Dan?
I said, oh, okay. You want to see my big flush?
Well, hold on before you show it. Let me show you the end result of the one I just showed. So this is today. This is right now. This is today right now. This is now. It's just like in Spaceballs. Is this now or was this then? No, it's so I got two little flushes going on now. Very cool. I need to spray it with a little bit of RO though. I'm always afraid of it drying out on me. All right, Dan. Let's see what you got.
The big 12-pound bags. I'm not trying to get water in my weed here. But this one's the second. This is a second flush. Look how much is growing in the second flush.
Wow. So that's what mine look like. Are those the blue oysters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the 6-pound blocks or the 12-pound block. So it grows 6 pounds of mushrooms in this block, but it grows like 2 to 3 pound flushes. So this is probably going to be 2.5 pound flush. Be my guess.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't want to gross you out, but sometimes I have a 2.5 pound flush in the mornings.
Oh.
I think that's healthy.
What do you think of this flush, man?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's pretty
nice. For the small bag, that's really good.
Yeah. I feel like I'm a proud papa.
Now you can eat them.
Some sweet looking shrooms, everyone says. Thank you guys for showing up. We got 16 awesome people hanging out. Hit that reaction button, please. We want to beat that algorithm. I get booted for my own good. You guys could help us out a lot. Help out the entire world by pushing these subjects. It's not about Waylon's garden, It's about everybody kind of getting into the mindset or thinking a little bit more about the primal, not history, but the connection that we all have to our primal selves, to nature in general. Anyway, I haven't even smoked yet, so don't worry. It's not nothing like that. These are real thoughts, I promise. All right. I am a little disappointed in the Rumble, you guys, but I'm working it. I'm working it over there, getting new people to see us and see our visions, and Facebook can suck an egg, really, because eventually I'll have something. We'll have enough people all over the place on all sites. We'll have our own site eventually. It'd be all good. So honestly, I don't want to slow down what I'm doing. I don't want to stop using cannabis on the screen because Facebook doesn't like it. There's plenty of places that we can be. So I appreciate everyone that's here. You guys definitely follow us elsewhere. Go follow us on Rumble if you can. Check us out on Locals. We got Sir Steve-O on Locals. We got Dan on Locals. Myself on Locals. Definitely diversify. It might be annoying, guys, but the way around doing all that extra work for the Foos book is by diversifying yourself a little bit, learning a little bit of different apps. Maybe downloading that extra app. Maybe you don't have room on your computer, on your phone, but maybe you have a computer and you just go to the websites, check it out there. Anyway, enough of that. Jonathan, I did this. I keep doing this because I want to make sure that if you have to go, you can go. I don't want to hold you up either. Like sometimes people might be just quiet there, like, oh, it's not like a good time for you just to be like
soaking it in. I'm loving it too.
Awesome.
I'm a plant guy myself, and I also, one of my majors is natural science, so I'm loving it.
So we talked about this a little bit, didn't we? Because I booked like 3 people at once, so I actually did go back and look at our messages directly. But so you were the one we were talking about. That's right up your alley as well on the sustainability side. So I actually want to pick your brain on that. Steve-O, what were you going to say though, my friend? I think you were about to say something. Okay.
Good.
Cool. So if you could pretend like we didn't talk. So
Okay.
you have a background in natural sciences, you said?
I do. I have a double major in music business and natural science. But before that, especially a young guy growing up in North Texas, like plant work is where it's at. You're going to be cutting lawns for most of the year. You're going to be trimming trees and taking care of plants, and so it's something you can do as a young guy who can't get a job yet as a job, so you can buy music equipment and stuff. So
physical labor, yeah. Do you think there's a disconnect between people that do like just physical labor, getting rid of getting rid of the shrubs, getting rid of your yard waste, and people who actually like enjoy plants and are interested in making them live and survive?
Yeah, there can be. I don't think there should be a disconnect, but there definitely is.
It's not
Especially
cool.
here.
Yeah, they got to make it cool.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of people with a lot of money here in like Dallas Fort Worth and other places, and it kills me because I even later in life as side jobs I would do that for wealthy people around town, and they will just throw plants away, and I'm like, this is a beautiful plant. Can I just have it? Yeah.
Right.
Okay, y'all are crazy.
Oh, you can do that. There's so much of that going around where if you're somebody who needs some landscaping, like people will be helpful in that respect. Like there's a lot of times they have things that they landscape with that can be divided up and multiply.
Oh,
like
yeah.
like cutting the bulbs and the different things, flowers and whatnot. But so what is it that you think drew you to the natural science stuff? Are you green thumb? Or are you the science end of it?
I am. I've always been a real green thumb person. I don't know. When I went back to school, I was doing music. That's my predominant focus. But I had taken enough science classes to fill certain spots that my mom was actually my advisor, which is funny. But she works for the university where I was going.
Oh, so she had a heavy hand in it.
She was like, hey, listen, heads up. If you take just a few more of these and do some labs, you can have a double major. I'm like, do it.
I thought I almost did that myself with an accounting degree. But accounting, man, it's like an ocean of math, man.
Oh man, I hate math.
Ocean. It's like the simplest math problems, but just like an ocean in your face of it. It's like, oh man,
like drinking from a fire hose.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so I had to stop that. But so I want to get into this. So like you say you have a green thumb.
Mm-hmm.
What do you grow? Like, is it something that you've done commercially? Is it something that you just like to?
Well, right now I just do it in my yard. I've got some tomatoes sprouting and a lot of flowers because I'm trying to attract different birds and stuff, which is the thing.
Right in Texas, so you have to kind of work with the way the weeds.
Do y'all have? I'm sure you do, but do y'all have hummingbirds up there?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I like to attract hummingbirds. Those are pretty cool.
Actually, all 3 of us are in Illinois, in different sections of Illinois. It's funny.
Yeah, y'all were talking about waiting for the frost, the last frost, and I'm like, man, it's been 95 here for a while.
Yeah, but hey, Texas, I actually thought of you when we talked about that because Texas was not prepared for a frost not too long ago. So
yeah,
it can happen. I mean, these weird freak events, but.
Yeah, we have typically here, especially in North Texas, we have really quick changing weather. So so for instance, I would go. Here's another thing I used to do when I was a kid in high school. Me and my buddy, his uncle was a farmer who had a big farm. He grew corn and cotton and other stuff up in the Panhandle, and we would go during the summer and work for him, and he would pay us pretty good. But up there, because it's so flat like that, man, it'll be like 100 degrees, and he'll be like, "It's gonna snow in about an hour," and they would straight up snow. It's crazy.
Wow.
Quick change weather. Yeah.
Yeah, like right where two weather what's I can't remember the word of it, like not fronts, but like there's two opposing weather conditions or whatever, and that's where they meet. Different
Yeah, hot and
temperatures,
cold.
right? Yeah. Um, what was I going to say? Oh, so I just want to pick your brain about what you think as far as the whole indoor farming thing. So my
Mhm.
whole thing is, I think we should farm more indoors in places where people don't necessarily want to live.
Yeah.
Climates and then all the farmland, that's where people will that's the desirable places that people want to live, right? Farmland
Yeah.
is about the same climate as where people want to be. So I just foresee a future where we're doing a lot more and now I guess I'm conflicting a little bit because I don't love factory farming, but we kind of will still have to do sort of like warehouse vertical farming
Hmm.
indoors. I'm gonna be doing the microgreens, so we're gonna start there. But I'd love to eventually have my whole facility, like kind of like a grocery store where everything's kind of alive inside there.
That's pretty cool.
Um, but I know there's still a massive importance on learning outdoor stuff. Outdoor everything.
Sure.
Like for instance, I have a gully right next to my house, and my yard is getting washed away into the gully. So I'm gonna have to use some natural methods, maybe some
Hmm.
concrete, whatever I have to find, um, to create ways that yard's going to tie itself in, through roots and through different plants and
Yeah. Yeah. You
stuff
got to
like
plant
that. So
some grass on there.
I would love to find. I would love to be able to get a recipe to make hempcrete. Make my own hempcrete. Have you heard of hempcrete?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
It's a concrete like substance that they make with hemp
Yeah,
and
I think
lime.
I've seen that. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think that would be amazing to have like my own facility making hempcrete out
Man,
of these
'cause you would,
stalks.
yeah, you would, that would be very lucrative, I would think.
And then I could use it in my own yard,
Yeah.
make stuff out of my own hempcrete. Actually, it'd be cool just to do on a small scale. So you do a lot of tomatoes, and in Texas it's super hot, so I guess I could see that. The tomatoes love the sun. They'll soak up the sun more than cannabis, basically. Can help
Yeah.
with that. I came from a family of stonemasons. You could help with that, Anthony. Have you heard of hempcrete?
That's pretty cool. I'm going to look that up now.
As far as I know, it's just lime and then like the stalk of the hemp stalk, but it's just that's a waste product otherwise. So it's something I'm going to be looking into.
That's one thing I love about cannabis is like nothing is wasted. You can use all of it.
Oh yeah, you can use the roots, although I'm not there yet. I don't actually have a good way of doing that.
I just interviewed a hemp farmer, and I just learned stuff I had no idea about hemp.
Did he talk about hempcrete?
We brought it up, touched on it, yeah, and said that that's one of the biggest purchasers that she has is for hempcrete.
It's crazy.
Oh, so they're purchasing her stalks.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would be using them if I was growing. If I was a hemp company, I would be using those.
Yeah.
That's a waste product, or selling them. I guess that's one way to do it.
Well, they grow the hemp specifically for the stalk because the flowers are worthless.
Yeah. Well, I want to know if you can do it with stalks of cannabis. Like why is that not being used as a byproduct?
Well, hemp is different from cannabis, of course.
I wonder how it dries and cures and all of that.
The stalk, yeah. I mean, we're just talking about the stalk, so I must be.
It's processed, I'm sure. You know.
It gets chipped up like a wood chipper, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
But is that different than a cannabis stalk?
Probably just the size, mostly. You know. But I mean, I've seen some big cannabis stalks too. Shit.
Well, that's my point. Is I wouldn't grow the cannabis stalks for the hempcrete. I would just use them because they would be a byproduct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing, Jonathan, is like, yes, I want to learn how to grow everything, but that's not because I love plants. It's because there's so much of our lives that are connected to plants. Medicine,
Yeah.
building materials, clothing,
Our air we breathe.
everything. Well, yeah, the air, all of it. So like I feel like there's literally no reason to not be into learning a little bit about plants. Like people
Well,
think there's certain plant people, and they think, oh, I'll kill it if I try to grow it. All right, so maybe let me know if you guys can see this. It looks like it may actually have enough space in there for this to make sense. But I have the two trays together, one with holes in it. It must be enough. There must be a tiny bit of space in there. Yeah, I guess we'll do that then. Here we go. Microgreen trays, 10 of them. 10
Well,
pairs.
with what you were talking about the cannabis stocks and hemp stocks, I can tell you firsthand that regular cannabis stock will not burn. I've had them dried out like crazy and put in bonfires, and they just were still sticks when the fire was cooling.
Yeah,
It's
that
just
sounds
as good for fire retardancy. I can tell you that.
that sounds about why they're using it. I think that's right. I think it would be something that you could use. I guess the issue is that you wouldn't be able to make enough for a scale like as a business. But if I was using it for projects around my home as I was growing, say if I had a much bigger cannabis production rate at some point here. Here's my brand new postal scale from Amazon Prime. I
All
can
right.
start using pirate ship. Arr.
Is that the one you got, Dan?
What?
That's the one that Dan sent me the link of, so it better be freaking good, Dan. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, the scale.
Dan, it better be
I
good.
still have mine. I had it for years.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm interested to see how many of these trays will fit in this table and have room. So like this is all I need. I really need to mount some lights. I have a bunch of very light lights, very lightweight lights that will work for microgreens, no problem. So my issue is I don't want to put anything permanently on this ceiling because I think I'm going to move this table eventually. So I might try to build the lights off of this table. It's a sturdy enough table. The lights are very lightweight. So I could just use some wood and make like some kind of a holder, I guess, for the lights across. All right, so looks like I might have just enough room, but I have to take everything off the table. All the Jimmy Mead giveaway stuff. If anybody wants in on that giveaway, you gotta donate to the cause, to the Cash App. Make it payable, or the note gift for Jimmy. Make it for Jimmy. You guys get in on it. Somebody's gonna be making out like a bandit with some of that stuff, man. I can't believe it.
Definitely.
All right, I got my next table. Oh, here's all my seeds. Got my next fish stock tank. 100 gallons. I don't know if that's going to be enough, but we'll see. Oh shit! Spilling seeds everywhere.
Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we can't have that. I think there were radishes. Yeah, that's one issue about seeds that I'm not used to. I think it'd be cool to have a little like tackle box, a little seed bank, seed vault, right?
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
All right.
One day seeds are going to be like they're going to be worth more than gold.
That's like a currency. 3 seeds for this bottle of Jack.
Yeah.
That seems expensive even for the post-apocalypse. 3 seeds for the whole bottle. All right. These are really sturdy, you guys. I got them from bootstrapfarmer.com. Look at that. I don't know. Can you see that? You got Steve-O?
Yeah.
Nice
Those are the
plastic.
community events. Yep.
They're super good. So I think I'm going to use some 2 Goose soil in here. I don't need anything crazy with the microgreens, but I think it should be good. 2 Goose soil from Soil Focus Farms, you guys. Wonderful sponsor of the show. Philip's been a busy guy, but this is his busy season, so it's not a bad thing. He's busy.
Yep.
He's
Happy
busy.
farm.
He's busy convincing those goose to poop. Like, come on, goose.
Valerie says she'll sell you some magic beans if you need anything.
Magic.
Magic beans.
Oh, Valerie, yeah, I think I sent you a seed pack, didn't I? Oh man, this is cool. So, can you guys? I don't know if you can see the table itself, but I got all 10 trays out, and there's even room for maybe 2 more if I wanted.
Oh, I bet you're excited.
That means I have a place to start. Like, yeah, it's not a rack like a lot of people would use. I'll get one maybe eventually, like a rack of microgreen trays. But 10 trays, I don't know if that's even enough to really wet anybody's palate, but we'll see.
Got to start somewhere, man. Then you upgrade.
Yeah, or add more trays. But what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna make little snack bowls for to go to events with.
There you go.
Speaking of, I don't know why it's not really related, but I just remembered that I'll be on a show tomorrow. I'm going to be on with D Mill, producer, D Mill Records, Savage Planet, tomorrow, 6 p.m.
Are you rapping?
Nope, we're going to be talking about the music. We're going to be talking about the whole point that, like, I asked D to send me anybody that needs exposure, that needs to be like any artist that he wants to test out, see what they could do on a smaller scale. Then, and he said then he invited me on his show. He said, "Well, come on my show and talk about it." So okay, talk about it. Somebody like me who's not in the music business, but still recognizes that music is still such a huge connection to all people.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want it for the entertainment value to help the show? Yes. And that's the reason for the show, is to use entertainment to what's the word, hijack, to co-opt the use of entertainment, the entertainment biz, the celebrity isms, that whole thing, co-opt it to popularize something that we could all use a little bit more of, which is sustainability in general. It's such a big general topic, but it is something that encompasses what, repurposing waste products, repurposing materials. It encompasses trying to maybe learn how to grow something, maybe a house plant, maybe as simple as
Do you guys
some
do you guys
lettuce.
play music for your plants?
I don't directly.
I know it sounds crazy, maybe, but
No, it doesn't. It's just that I don't have a secondary radio, and I'm also always worried about copyright claims. And
Right.
I use the headphones. So but I tell you what, if plants like to be talked to, these plants probably love it down here.
Oh yeah, put some classical music on. Yeah.
Well, they hear me talking all day long, so I don't think they would have a problem missing out on that. But yeah, music might be nice for them for sure. These radishes are kind of going crazy. They're past the microgreen stage. They're like these purple flowers now. Sunflowers are getting kind of big too. These all need to be harvested. When I first started growing things, I just wanted the thing to look like it was healthy and growing. And I didn't even know what to do once they got, harvestable size. It's like, oh shit! I had lettuce that was like enormous. I was like, oh yeah, I guess I need to start eating it. So that's the difference between house plants for sure. Like people, if you just want to get used to plants, house plants probably a good way to start that. I just wanted to jump in and start growing something that I could eat. Lettuce became the first thing. It's a long way to go before you can get to growing everything that you eat, or growing enough for a meal even. Like Jonathan said, tomatoes, and I think that's such a huge thing around here. We got people that's all they grow. It's like they get. I think there's a little bit of a couple things happening. You get used to it because I'm good at this. Let me stick with this.
It's
Or
easy to water tomatoes, really.
that too, yeah. Like there's such you get kind of used to that one crop, and then you end up just wanting to stick with it because it's you're used to it, or you're good at it. I want to learn a little bit about all kinds of plants, and yeah, I'm gonna hit the microgreens trying to make it commercial and try to get this thing off the ground. But otherwise, eventually in the future, I want to have a grocery store type of a list of items. I don't want to go after everything because I've already heard that you can fail pretty hard if you try to grow everything. Like people, you can't please enough people to make money that way. You have to just focus.
Get a focus, get a niche.
So let's see. I could just build off of this, get some lights, because the lights don't have to be very high. It's microgreens. That may be what I do just to get moving. And then watering. Dan, have you grown microgreens?
No.
So I wonder if watering will be easier, just spraying them with, like, say, a sprayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then nutrients and stuff. Or maybe you don't need nutrients if each tray has soil to start with and you just water with clean RO water. I'll have to look into that, I guess, huh? Because over here on my little tester area, I've been watering with water from the fish tank, but I'm also using used soil and these random mixes of all the repurposed soil that I put together. So I wouldn't do that if I was trying to grow commercially. I'd be using fresh soil, clean soil, all that, and then I think that's going to have enough nutrients in it for microgreens. Most soil would. I wouldn't use Fox Farm because it's known to be a little hot, meaning that it's got a little bit too nutrient rich for smaller or seedling plants. All right, I think that's all I can do for that. Let's go back. But yeah, I'm on my way there. I think I'm gonna start with sunflowers. Sunflowers are pretty easy, and they're something you harvest pretty quick. So I've also heard I've heard a couple other ones. I might just go around to some restaurants first and try to get some sort of verbal, just like a nice list of verbal contracts where people say, yeah, I'll take this or that, or if you grow some, and then I get enough of those to say all the same item, and then just start hitting that item. Noella says, oh my God, I forgot I was cooking. No one's watching comments, I guess. She's not watching the heater, or the stove.
Oops.
You grew microgreens by accident, Anthony? I have 3 little cannabis plants in my yard by accident. It's interesting. They're tiny. There's 2 of them are so tiny. I'm like, how did this thing survive? And it's like we just had torrential rain and this huge storm and everything, but they're out there surviving. So I'm gonna go spray them with some Prime Superior, see what happens. I planted my sunflowers yesterday from the greenhouse. Okay, so Earl, you're trying to grow big sunflowers. I'm just growing like these little they're little shoots, and that's what the microgreen aspect is. The greens, the just the very top of it. Valerie says volunteers. Yeah, definitely volunteers. I'm gonna the big the one is definitely going to work out. I think we're going to see what happens with that one. That's going to be cool to watch throughout the summer. Just have one plant get huge. It's going to be huge. Look at how far it was already, Steve-O, and it's May. That big one is going to be enormous. Like it's going to be a tree by the time. But yeah, huge.
Huge.
All right, let's have a little sesh here, and then we can probably hit the road. But yeah, it's been a good. We actually had a lot packed in tonight, but we went through it quickly. Keep doing that. It's not a bad thing. Hour and a half to 2 hours has been pretty steady for the show. So awesome. Yeah. I want to thank Jonathan again for coming on, both as a musician and a plant enthusiast, because people like you are the ones that immediately see the value in what I'm doing, because I'm not up here as an expert that's showing off all my awesome knowledge of growing. It's that the magic of the excitement of getting into it as your mind starts to open and expand into it. Like that's where my niche is. That's what I'm trying to convey to people as I get excited about learning and stuff. And that hopefully will popularize things. We're sort of mixing a little bit of education in with like the ice cream or whatever. That's what we're trying to do. Like we got the pretty face. We got Steve-O here. We got the goofy guy. You got me, right? We got the mushroom. We got people coming in. We got different personalities popping out from this world of sustainability. I think there's a lot of humor in it too. I actually, and no offense to musicians, but I always say this: I want to make farmers our next rock stars, our celebrities.
Yeah.
I want to make there's a lot of celebrities out there that have green thumbs, that have their own little gardens or their whatever, their weed farms and things, vineyards and stuff like that actually get into it. And that's what I see this show going to at some point. Imagine like a Joe Rogan meets the Tonight Show of sustainability. And then so we can get people on that are to help popularize it by getting celebrities on that grow and do whatever and stuff like that. So thanks Hobbies. Appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate all the shares and reactions, guys. It's been tough. It's been really tough. This algorithm's got me down, man. I'm always tempted to just share us out to 100 groups, but the second I do, I know I'm gonna get next. So it's been very frustrating. And then with me making those changes on Rumble, that's kind of hurt us. But at the same time, I think in the long run, it's gonna work out. Got 5 Rumblers watching right now. Appreciate you all for sure. Over on Viral, man, it seems like the place to be, but a lot of downvotes for that too. For doing that, just by being there.
But the view, when you go through the Rumble and look, though, you see like thousands of views, and that looks great.
Yeah, that's what I'm also putting out there. So Jonathan, not that we're asking for it, but this is part of my commitment to make the show valuable to people to come on like yourself. So we are live now, but this live broadcast is then going to be replayed several times on my Rumble channel, which is I don't just mean people re-clicking it after this on Facebook. I mean on Rumble I have my channel goes 24/7. It's always up. Every so often I have to take it down and restart it, but basically it's up all the time. And therefore throughout the day I do different things, but lately I've been playing a playlist of the most recent shows of the last week. I do 5 shows, and so I'll be replaying the musicians and any other guests multiple times throughout the week after they were on live. So I'm replaying it live, so getting all sorts of new viewers and new eyeballs. And I think that's awesome, because that's huge. Like, it's not only Facebook, but then that expands your reach out to other places, and people hearing what you said about your friends' work and about your work, they're all going to see that, and you never know. I mean, we've already met a lot of people over there. I don't know if you know about Rumble, but basically it's like a YouTube, except for a lot less restrictive on
Oh,
speech, and it's it's supposed to be, it's completely free speech and all that, but that always seems to bite us in the rear when we
yeah.
jump
It's
fully
that's
on.
a double-edged sword.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it is a good place to be right now, is what I market it as. But my whole point is that that's what I want to get some of these younger artists that are just trying to get out there. We had a guy, Isaac, what's his last name, Steve-O? Isaac Durst, I
Yes.
think. 20 years old, man, 20 years old,
Oh yeah.
and he was so good, and I was like, man, this guy, yeah, we want to get some eyeballs on some people like this. These young guys that they're just trying to get out there.
Oh yeah. So Fort Worth, where I'm at, is like it's like in indie Nashville. So there's lots of country artists everywhere, but they're all independent. Like we don't do labels.
Hmm.
We don't really do record labels here.
Yeah.
But it's nice. So we get a flock of lots of country artists who don't want to deal with labels.
That's good. I like that, because
Like kind of outlaw country, kind of.
so you collaborate with each other, but you don't
Oh,
have
yeah.
to be on the team with each other or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
It's more honor code than Forrester, I guess, or something like that.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense, actually. That's why, like, I'm so I'm a little bit anti-conformist myself. Like I'm in a lot of groups, but I don't have my own group, and I haven't, like, I am admin in a few groups, but I don't have any like major admin duties or anything like that. And so it's a little bit like that in a way where I'm not necessarily in um any particular group, but I do collaborate with a lot of people. I have a lot of different families out here now in the cannabis community. It's been such a, it's crazy. It's like the one community that's actually looking to have arms open and meet new people. Like I wouldn't be able to do this with almost any other community. Yes, I use the cannabis, and maybe there's a chance that I may not have some of the audience that I have now, because that's some of what they look for. But at the same time, I haven't seen any other groups, like sustainability groups, like growing groups, that don't have to do with cannabis, where they actually have like discussions and they try to talk about these things. So it's really funny the way that works out, because I also know that there's a lot of sites, including Facebook, that put us down in the algorithm if they when we use cannabis. So it's another double-edged sword there. Anyway, I think it's all working out, and I think with the federal changes and with things pushing towards legalization on the federal level, we're going to be ahead of the game. We're going to be out here already on episode 84 right now, and we're going to be hitting the ground running. And I think music for sure is connected to the cannabis industry. I mean, like, there's every festival, every event that they put on, they usually have an artist, a musical, some sort of a band or somebody playing. It just seems to go hand in hand, right? So it's going to be interesting the next few years, if we can hold it together. If we can hold it together, man. But I think about those types of things too with this show. Is like, sustainability is becoming more important. But even if things were all good, I think it's also still just as important in my opinion. But hey, what's up, Ricky? How are you tonight, man? We're just winding down the show, having a little session discussion here. But thank you for stopping by. Hit that reaction button if you would, please, brother. Appreciate you coming through and help us get through that algorithm.
Yeah.
But anyway, as far as like it becoming more important to become sustainable, because finances, and the other issue is getting materials from far away places, all these exotic, like nutrients and different additives that people are getting from far away, that are just not feasible to do on a small scale at home or near, or when the supply chains break down in some way. So in Texas, like all I can think of in Texas is like you can't dig a basement, so what kind of soil must there be there to grow in, So what do you have to do, like an above ground grow bed or something?
No, I mean, it depends on where you're at, though. I mean, you'll hit big pockets of clay,
Hmm.
but there's really good sandy loam in other places too, so it's not bad. It just kind of depends on where you're at. So
Clay is good for a lot of things too, though. I wish I
mhm.
had it. Like I probably have some clay nearby. I just need to find it.
we have
Um,
lots of red clay here.
have you guys ever seen these like videos on YouTube or Rumble where there's like a guy that goes out into the jungle and just starts digging and
Oh
building
yeah,
a
it makes
house? Like he makes,
floor.
yeah, like he makes his own bricks out of clay and like ash from the fire.
That's impressive.
Yeah, like I don't even remember how it's all done, but Texas is big. I know, Val. That's why I looked at when I looked to move there. I almost moved there.
Hey,
Uh,
y'all should check out this place. It's in Wimberley, Texas. It's like in the hill
Wimberley.
country. This
Okay.
place is called Ceremony. It's like a plant shop down there. It's amazing. It's like in an old house, and there's like all kinds of plants inside and outside the house, and it's all set up with a drip system. It's pretty amazing.
Well, what we should do, Jonathan, is we should get you. You go there live, and then we'll
I'm
have
gonna
you.
be down there in a month or so.
We'll bring you up on screen. You can take us through first person on the phone, and boom, it would be amazing. Let's see if we can make that happen. It'd be awesome. Jersey has sandy soil. Earl, I used to I lived in South Carolina when I did boot camp, and they have the sandy soil where like you can just pull the grass up out of the ground. It's crazy.
Like
It just-
Florida.
Yeah, it's weird. I remember seeing these ants there too. The biggest freaking ants I've ever seen, and you can cut that ant in half and it still goes. It's still going. It's like these are crazy ants. They were red too. They weren't like fire ants. These were like these big ass ants. I was like, what is this? Maybe I was just malnourished or something through basic, but no, that's not true. We ate like horses, man. You go through the work that it takes when you're going through something like that, or maybe like on a sports team. Your appetite is just like a whole different ball game.
Yeah, insatiable.
Yeah. I need to get back into shape, but
I keep saying that, but everything tastes so good. It's hard.
right. And that's the other problem is with nutrition and stuff is what I keep trying to work towards is more of a farm to table sort of system rather than shipping our vegetables out frozen from 3,000 miles away. But I also want to make it fun and tasty. I thought of this idea of like doing almost like an ice cream truck, except for veggies and fruit and stuff. And you make you can make different creations out of healthy stuff that the kids would want to eat, but that might be tough.
Yeah,
it was a thought.
Kids are unpredictable.
Those are carpenter ants. Okay. Yeah, that sounds like something that could carry a house. They were crazy. Anyway, it's been a good show, everybody. I think I'm gonna maybe finish this bowl here of some GMO from our friend Joe Kelly.
Joe Kelly.
And then we'll get going. We'll check on my son. He's staying home for the day today and tomorrow. Has some allergy issues, and it's very difficult to tell whether he's sick or not. It's just like runny nose, got a little cough every now and then. So we just keep him home here and there. But shit is so fire, Joe says. Okay. Well, definitely be sure to go follow us on the Rumble channel, you guys, because that's where we'll do a little after show, a little after party.
Heck yeah.
Thanks everybody for coming tonight. Thanks for hanging out for the certified segment. Now we're into the certified session.
Yeah, I've been meaning to script myself a little bit just to have the sort of beginning, a bunch of things that I like to say that I keep forgetting little bits of. But remember, guys, if you do go to a True Healthcare and Wellness anywhere in one in Canton and one Peoria, Mention that you found them through me, and then you will get a discount. Have a good night, Earl. Thank you.
That's a
So
bet.
no need for a lighter. What? So far? No. That seems excessive, Anthony. I don't think that's gonna be a good idea.
Oh,
All right. Let's find our. Okay, there's our outro. Once again, everyone, Jonathan Wallace. Thanks again, brother.
Thank you.
We will
Thank
be
you
looking
for your
forward to your future endeavors. And you guys remember, I'm going to be doing this drawing real soon. If you want to get in on the giveaways and you want to also help a man with a very good cause, trying to get him a power chair, get him back out there in the community, into the events that he loves to go to, help us out with that Jimmy Mead Fund. I can't play it from StreamYard. It's too loud every time. Can't do it. It's very, very loud. What is going on? Let's do that. Yeah, this is there's a small picture of it underneath his sticker there, but yeah, it's a couple $1,000s we're trying to get to. We're getting close to like $700 or $800 is where we're at now, but it's a giveaway. It's a lot of stuff in there. So if anybody that donates will get in on that. But yeah, just want to point that out, you guys. I want to push it as hard as I can because we're going to be ending it pretty soon. A lot of people who got in on it are waiting patiently for that giveaway to happen. So, but anybody that is interested, you can Cash App to Jimmy Me or a gift for Jimmy to my Cash App there, the Indoor Farmer, and I will act accordingly. Get you in on the giveaway. $2 per spot on the giveaway. If you catch my spot drift there. Otherwise, you all have a great night. Thanks, Anthony. Thank you, guys. 33 reactions. That is amazing. If you could share us out again anytime, you could share it to your profile or your news feed. It really helps to get to that natural algorithm as opposed to groups. Groups seem to cause more harm than it's worth for some reason. As far as the sharing goes, they don't like it. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, no, you're fine. It's all good. It's all good, everybody. Thank you very much. Come check us out tomorrow night for Indoor Farmer Reviews. Check out Great River Mushrooms. Check out our friend Jonathan Wallace. Everybody have a good night.
see you later.
Peace.